Welcome back to Power Play. So here's the question. How much government control should there be over what is printed in newspapers, magazines, and even on websites? Recently, yesterday in fact, the Ontario Human Rights Commission asked Canada, the federal government here, to institute or to force all of those organs, newspapers, magazines, and what are called media services on the web, force them to join a national press council that would not only adjudicate but could also mete out punishment. None of that has been terribly sketched out at the moment. So to sketch it out, we're going down to the Chief Commissioner of the Ontario Human Rights Commission, Barbara Hall. Ms. Hall, thanks very much for being here.
Good to be here, Tom.
Thanks so much. Let's start dealing with the specifics of this. You want a national press council. Would this be under the auspices of the Human Rights Commission?
No, and let me clarify. Richard Moon was asked to write a report for the Canadian Commission on ways of dealing with hate. And he had a number of recommendations in his report. The Canadian Commission asked for people across the country to respond to the report, and we responded with a number of comments, issues that we think would contribute to the debate. One of the things that we said was that we agreed with Professor Moon that there should be a mechanism, as CTV has with the Canadian Broadcasting Council, to allow debate to occur around what's said or written in the media. We said we supported either voluntary provincial media councils or could be national. There needed to be some discussion on that. The media needed to be a part of designing whatever mechanism was put in place. And the bottom line, we said, was that this should not, must not, become censorship. We don't support censorship.
Well, understood, but if you take a look at you brought up CTV and other broadcasters are members of a voluntary, if you want, commission of our own. It is not under government control, but I understand
That's
that
right.
what this suggestion is, though, that this National Press Council would have an element of government about it. I think it was said it was going to be sort of patterned on the CRTC, and that indicates, to some people anyway, you're talking about some form of government oversight here.
Well, Professor Moon in his report said the issue needed to be looked at, and personally I support the provincial councils, the voluntary councils. So we're not advocating a particular form for that mechanism. We're just saying there should be one, and our comments went forward as part of what we hope will be a broad public debate on these issues. We're not experts at the Human Rights Commission on press councils. The media and other bodies such as that are aware of the detailed workings of mechanisms such like that, and we're just saying we think it's good to have a mechanism, and in order to have some consistency across the country, it would be useful to have a national mechanism, but the details of that would need to be worked out.
I think maybe you underlined or underscored your own point about a lack of perhaps necessary knowledge by the Human Rights Commission when it comes to censoring media. I mean, you had your own run-in with Maclean's magazine, and you in effect said I don't have jurisdiction over this, but I think that they're guilty anyway. And subsequently,
well, no,
I believe.
don't think that's, Tom, that's not what we did at all. The complaints came to us. We have no right to turn them away, so they came. We looked at them and we said, we have no jurisdiction to deal with this. That was one part of our mandate. We also have another part of our mandate, which is to comment on issues that may contribute to conflict or tension. And so we said we have some concerns about the stereotypes that are contained in this series of articles, and we believe they're harmful to some communities, and we would like the media to understand that. And
but to make it very clear, Ms. Hall, you're not
respond.
advocating that either the Federal Human Rights Commission or Provincial Human Rights Commission get in the business of monitoring what is written in newspapers. Am I right about that?
Absolutely. You know, our legislation is very clear that freedom of speech, freedom of expression is a very important value in this country.
Okay.
But
Ms. Hall,
we often speak out on issues.
I'm sorry to have to cut you off here, but we are out of time. But I really want to thank you for coming in and talking about this. It is an issue that has a lot of people talking, and I think you've done a great job of clarifying it today. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Debate is good.
It is indeed. Anyway, after the break, we're going to get a reality check from my colleagues in the media to see how we're all doing right after this.
This is CTV Newsnet.
Come on already, let's go!
You don't drive like her, so why are you paying the same insurance premiums as her? If you're over 50 with a good driving record, you could save up to $400 per year on your car insurance through Gray Power. Because at Gray Power, we believe that if you're over 50 and have a good driving record, you've earned the right to save. You could save up to $400 per year. Insure your car and your home through Gray Power and save even more.
I'm nobody important, I'm just...
You don't drive like her, and you shouldn't pay the same insurance premiums as her. If you're over 50 with a good driving record, it's time to reap the rewards. So call now. You could save up to $400 per year. Even if your premiums have dropped recently, you could still save through Gray Power. Call now and get the power of 50 plus.
Call 1-866-473-9656 or go to graypower.com.
There are a lot of great memories tied up in your home and a lot of money as well. While your family was growing, so was your equity.
Wouldn't it be nice?
If you're 60 or older, a CHIP home income plan can help you turn up to 40% of the value in your home into tax-free cash without having to sell and move. There are no payments required, and you maintain control and ownership of your home. Call now for your free Wouldn't It Be Nice guide and find out if a CHIP home income plan is right for you.
It'd be nice.
Wouldn't it be nice to help your children buy their first home, pay off your debts, or travel more often? Call CHIP now to unlock up to 40% of the value in your home and never make a payment until you choose to move or sell.
For your free guide, call 1-866-518-2447 or visit us at chipmoney.ca.
Enjoy life on your terms with a CHIP home income plan.
Saturday,
Somebody must be missing them somewhere.
the hunt for a serial killer
Both victims had their hands tied behind their backs.
takes an unexpected turn.
I was completely shocked.
How a cold case from the psychedelic 60s
Free love, free drugs, free everything.
suddenly gets very hot.
I believe this case is solvable.
And why a classic Corvair could be the crucial link to catching a killer. Watch W5, Saturday at 7 on CTV.
Welcome back. This is Power Play, and I'm now joined by some colleagues of mine, Tonda McCharles of the Toronto Star and Bob Fife from CTV News Ottawa, Bureau Chief. So, no free ride here, guys. So let's start off. Tell me something I don't know. Tonda?
Let's see, I was just at the Public Safety Committee where Peter Van Loan, the new Public Safety Minister, made his first appearance. And it was interesting because